What's up, FunAhead friends and family? I hope you're doing exceptionally well today. Today, we are going to be working on that. Now, I realize this is a very out of the realm thing to be working on for FunAhead TV, venturing into the world of HVAC. Does anyone even know what that acronym stands for? Nobody knows in the history of the world. No one knows. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure it's like heating, ventilation, air conditioning. Oh, I think it's just air conditioning. Okay, so I've had this heater in my shop forever. It's an Old Reznor Heater. If you're familiar with these, basically these things kick butt. But it is in-op completely, and it has been since we moved into our house 4 years ago. What I've been using for heat in the shop is this little wall heater over here, and it actually does a fairly good job. It can maintain the temperature in the shop on a cold day in the low 50s, so it's at least comfortable, but still chilly, which is why I'm always bundled up wearing either a teeny tiny sport coat or a hoodie, or no matter what, I've got a hat on. What I want is to try and remedy what's going on with this thing. I want to actually give a good old college try to attempting to fix this thing, but the problem is I don't know anything about this stuff. So come along with me on a little journey. So here's a little bit of a better look at what's going on with this situation. As you can see, it's been used quite a bit. Look at this fan. This thing has spun quite a bit. Check out how nicely this fan spins. Like, look at that. All right, so we at least know our fan motor isn't, at least the bearings in the fan motor aren't seized up. Basically fixed it. The thermostat's over there, and when you mess with it, nothing happens. All of the breakers in the shop are on, so I'm assuming if this thing is still wired in, it has power to it, but I'm going to confirm that in a little bit with the multimeter. But you can see the power line and the thermostat line coming up and out of it. First things first, I'm going to check with a multimeter to see if there's even power to it. If there's not, well, then I'm going to have to start pulling back the wall and see exactly where this thing goes. Unfortunately, I think there is a fantastic chance that we can't get this thing running, at least not without some serious parts being thrown at it. Reason being, well, I just looked, and actually the manufacturer date on this is 1993. I know this building was built in 1994, which means that was put in with the building, and that was probably put in after, maybe once this was an op. I don't know. Either way, I want to see if it has power, and we can at least see what it does when we do attempt to start it up. Here is the thermostat. I know that looks very jank. I took the front cover off of it. I just wanted to confirm that these janky old switches actually work, so I checked continuity. This is the one for turning off and on heat, and there's continuity between these two pins when you flip it up to heat. The wire from the wall is there, and it is plugged in. Whether it's working, I don't know, but at least we know the switches work. So from now, I am going to go to the unit itself, check for power, and I also haven't looked on the unit for any power switches. Here's this original manufacturer's tag, by the way. We're up here at the back of the unit, and you can see right there, April 1993. I am up here where the main power comes into the unit. I just pulled these out and checked, and it's hot. For sure, there is power coming to the unit, but what I don't know is where the disconnect lies. I don't know if this thing goes into some lockout, if, like, for example, it notices that it has some fault. So there's power coming at least right to here. All of these don't appear to have been messed with or, disabled in any way. And so what I need to now figure out is there something that is disconnected between here and here? This appears to be the main control box here. This is where the thermostat wire comes into it. All of the wires that are a part of it that are wired into the thermostat over there are then wired into this as well. Again, no signs of anything being disconnected. And then over here, you can see, I don't know if you can read that, it's pretty dark, the lighting instructions. So we will flip the breaker back on, check to make sure that there is in fact power going down to this box. If there is, great, then we can try the lighting instructions. If there is not, well, then maybe somewhere in here there's some kind of disconnect. Alrighty, quick update. Here's the situation. So I took the service panel off of the side so that I could get access to all of the wiring. I used my multimeter, probed around a bunch of different points, made sure there was power. But what I realized was through partially this transistor and then through this board, which is where the thermostat wire comes in, are these red wires. And those are some primary wires that go into here through this unit called the ECO, which is this thing right here, the electronics cutoff. Basically, I think it's just a big fuse that if it goes bad, well, it cuts power to the entire thing. I checked continuity through this, and there is continuity. But the thing of it was, I had to really kind of push my probes into it hard and like work into some clean real estate here in order to actually get any continuity reading. So I cleaned it up with my wire wheel, and this is what we've got. I'm hoping that because this thing is so badly corroded that there was just crazy high resistance, at least where the contact was being made. Other thing that I think could be a suspect is this right here. I believe this is a relay, and I'm not getting any kind of clicking or anything happening through this. Assuming that that's a relay, basically, yeah, it, I think, senses continuity from when the thermostat clicks on. If it does, then let's see, which wire would that be? That would be this blue wire here. And then it should click over the relay, I think. What I'm wondering is if this thing didn't get corroded sitting over the summer. Obviously, this thing only gets used during the wintertime when it's cold. Why would you use it in the summer? And one thing that is very annoying about this shop is that this concrete floor holds temperature like crazy, whether it's hot or it's cold. So what happens oftentimes in the springtime when you're going through like cold thaw, is that this floor is still really cold, and then you have warmer, humid air during the day, and all of that water in that hot, humid air condenses because it's still really cold in here. And this shop, if I'm not staying on it, like on top of it, everything will be covered in water, including this, of course. I mean, no doubt. You know, I'm sure there has been water inside of this. Just over years of doing that, it probably caused some corrosion, resulting in op. That's just my current theory. Just figured I'd talk you guys through that. All right, well, update. Seemingly, it's behaving the same. I put the ECO back in place, but that didn't seem to change any voltage readings. So I'm going to dig into this relay a little more and figure out if anything looks weird. All right, well, update. I pulled the relay out of the housing here, and here it is. It sits like this. So this brown wire and the blue wire are the ones that are should be the low voltage that then make this, excite the coil and make this connection. And then the black and orange are what is therefore connected by the relay closing. This blue one comes from here. I need to double check if this one has any voltage or not. This is coming from the thermostat, or it's part of the thermostat circuit. This red circuit is seeing voltage. The one that goes from the ECO, that one sees about 27 volts.
This yellow wire comes from, this yellow wire ends up going up to the white, which would be the neutral. That's exactly what it is. So this is a ground.
Yeah, basically this is the hot side of the transistor. This would be the ground. So we need this blue side to be hot. But what makes the blue side hot? But then the other thing is these yellow wires run up here. The yellow wire, which is on the same terminal as this blue wire, which is connected to the top of the relay. These yellow wires then run up here to this, which is a mystery device. I have no idea what the heck this does. So if there's no voltage difference from right here on the yellow or the blue, then we need to go ahead and figure out what's wrong with that circuit. Okay, so I've made a couple of developments. Let me show you what I've got so far. All right, so here's our overall system. There's the heater. Thermostat's dangling off the wall over there because I was doing some diagnostic work on it. In the big picture, obviously we want to make sure that the thermostat is saying, hey, it's too cold, complete the circuit within the thermostat to then send the signal to this to click on. There are two wires that go into the thermostat, the red wire and the white wire. Red wire is for power. That gets power from the unit and gets stepped down via that transformer transistor. It then sends the power through the thermostat. Once the temperature is below threshold, then it completes the circuit, and then the white wire grounds out and gets that same voltage. Basically what happens is there's this series of magnets that when you turn this off, you put this on very low temperature, this spring tension causes the magnets to be on this side of whatever the heck this thing is called. And then if you turn the temperature up, it causes the magnets to move over, which if you watch on the inside of this thing, you can see that little metal piece moving. And then that metal piece causes that circuit to be completed when it shifts that way. Therefore, you take the 24 volts, this is a 24 volt system, you take the 24 volts that comes from this red wire. When that circuit gets completed, now this white wire has 24 volts. I checked with my multimeter. Yes, there is 24 volts going to the red. Also checked for this white. When the thermostat is on and turned up, yep, in fact, it does have 24 volts here. When you turn it down, 0 volts. So I know the thermostat is good and working. When you come over here and look at the panel where those same red and white wires go to, here's the red, here's the white, there is 24 volts here, which is why the thermostat has voltage in the first place, but there is no voltage here, even with the thermostat clicked over. And like I said, I was able to test the white wire over on the thermostat, and it had 24 volts. This does not have 24 volts. And this is what then gives power to this circuit to then close that relay and then turns on everything, I think. So I need to figure out why this white wire doesn't have 24 volts going to this panel right here. I may have just solved the problem. There's some discontinuity somewhere in the wall up and through here. I ran a piece of wire from the unit over to here so that I could check continuity end to end of the white wire, and I have no continuity. So that tells me there is a break in this wire somewhere. I think what I'm going to do is take my test wire, my long lead that I just used to check continuity on the normal white wire, screw it in to the board on the unit, screw it into the board on the thermostat, and see what happens. I don't know. It's possible that that's what it needed this entire time to be able to begin its startup sequence. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm going to check. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to attempt to put that white wire onto the thermostat. I have it already tightened down on the panel on the unit just to see if it does anything. So let's see what she does. Holy crap. Oh, and it's trying to ignite. Hold up. Let me see if the gas is on. Dude, it just ignited. Are you freaking kidding me? All right, let me grab you guys. Sorry for the poor audio quality, I don't have my mic, but look, it just ignited. Blue freaking flames up in there. This wire was the problem the whole time. This was it. I really hope I don't catch anything weird on fire because this thing hasn't run in forever. I probably should have cleaned it out. Fan just kicked on. You guys, I could not be more thrilled. It's making heat. Oh my gosh. Who knew? It was just a freaking broken wire that whole time. I am absolutely thrilled out of my mind. I'm gonna probably shut this thing down before it catches anything on fire. I should probably blow this thing out and clean all the dust out just because it hasn't run in who knows how long. I have really good heat in my shop now. I am freaking pumped. So anyway, all right, well, I know that was quite a bit of a different video. I hope you guys still enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching FunAhead TV. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching along. Yes, you, I'm looking right at you. And I will see you all, hopefully, in the next video. Thanks, see you. Oh, hey FunAhead friends and family. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see even more great FunAhead TV content, please click the suggested video right here. I'll see you over there.